Hello everybody, I'm Happy Gamer and today I'm playing Phoenix Wright 8th Attorney. This is the first game in the series. Now, episode 1, the first turnabout. Yes. Oh. Achievement unlocked, first steps. And that's ketchup. And that's definitely a person. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Gotta find someone to pin. John. Someone like him. Larry Butts, I'm assuming. I know some things. There's a reason why I'll make it look like he did it. I know some things. Like, this courtroom is not gonna be too bad. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Hi, Chief. Let's look at this, actually. Time of death, 7... Okay, so 7th... Okay, so it's the 37th of the 7th month, which would make the June or July. No, I think July. So, somewhere in summer. 45 p.m. cause of blood due to blunt trauma. Phew, I'm glad you made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial the bet like this. Says a lot about you and your clients. Well, thanks. Well, it's because I owe them a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Oh, yeah, aren't they like best friends? Childhood? Something like that? Yes. Well, yeah, I kind of of them. One of the reasons I became an attorney. Oh, that's news to me. I'm hoping in a way I can. I really want to help him. I am that much. It's over. My life. Everything. It's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah. It's him. Death. Despair. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey. Andrew, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me this since I ain't trying to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? It's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without it again. It took from me, Nick. I did this. Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. You took my baby away. Person responsible for the newspaper says it's you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. Man murdered woman. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy arrested was done lucky updating her. Larry Butts. My friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the Butts. For 24 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. Okay. But I know him better to know he's a good guy at heart. Dad and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. Clear his name. And that's what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Specifically courtroom number 2, there's no need for a courtroom, I guess. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts' wife, Mr. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will present fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank, thank you, Your Honor. That's right. Given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Shaking Isaac fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them correctly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant on this case. That's easy. That's Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you. Just keep your wits about you and you'll be fine. Next questions. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Oh, no way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix. Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? The victim. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab, check anytime, okay? Remember to check it often and do it for me, please. I'm begging you. I don't wanna. Oh, it's Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct! Now, tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct! You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed. That's for sure. Well then, first, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor? As Ms. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court what the object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the thinker, found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepted it into evidence. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence at a trial. The evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to... The prosecution called the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. I get excited. He's like, they could be bad. Ahem, Mr. Butts, is it true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it. Hey, watch it, buddy. We're going to... Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She wasn't touching or seeing me ever. What's it you and why? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them to for the murder. What you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport, according to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the courtroom. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! You can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Mr. Wright, I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... No idea. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. The question is relevant to this case. Ugh. Dude, Nick, what you mean relevant? She died. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking good. Next question. You didn't to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Eh, well, maybe I didn't, maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Let's just stop him from answering, I guess. Lie like a dog. I will see, it's like this. I remember. You don't remember. Well then, I just have to remind you. I got a bad feeling about this. We have witness that can prove he did go to the victim's apartment. Oh boy. How fun is that? A witness. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court, Mr. Payne. The prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sott to the stand. Okay, this is Mr. Sawit, I guess. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Weird. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Ah, yes. Witness testimony. Witness's account. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead! I quailed in fright and found myself able to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran, without a doubt, was the defendant sitter right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you. That's not like that. Suddenly, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working, Your Honor? At the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those, Your Honor. I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court record. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why you exposed the lies in their testimony? In the witnesses. Lies? What? You're lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in this. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness' face. Okay. Open the court record with tab, then point out contradictions in the testimony. See, it's rub it all over their face or something like that. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left it half open behind him. Thinking strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. That feels a bit odd. Yeah, the time of death was 45, okay. You found the body at 1 p.m., you're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes at the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There was nobody to no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, that. Oh, objection. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, were you certain that you found the body? Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gene, that's really good. That's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. That makes sense. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Hey, but it was a 3-hour gap. It was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped TV program. Wait, once the blackout was 6 p.m. That's why I thought the time was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard of voicing the time on a tape program. That's right, you may cross-examine the witness. Right, you know what to do. I've got this one. Easily. The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying that time was probably coming from the television. Flip. Flippity flip. Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television, right? Can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Something about hearing the television. The witness has testified that it heard the time. Blackout. Hold it, right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. When did it become British? Okay. These content corrections are harming your credibility. That already seemed to be heard after the first contradiction. And you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. It must have been the shock of finding the body, yeah, right. Well, Mr. Sawit, let's hear your testimony once more, please. Witness testimony. Actually, I didn't see the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Excuse me, you said you saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. I'm kind of getting annoying now, but hearing the time. I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. I'm changing his voice constantly because it's hard to get a good voice for him, but I think... Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence, yet... Who do you think you're... Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You tilt it, and it says the time outlined. As it doesn't look like a clock, it's submitted as a statue. My apologies. I see. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Yes, I do. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you are the one who killed her. Let's go. Didn't right doing stuff. The struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Discuss that yet? Order in the court. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since that weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. Objection! What's the meaning of this? Why do I keep on saying objection when he objects? It's a baseless conjecture. Baseless? Let's look at the witness' face. Could the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the witness with the clock? That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. That's gotta be annoying. I hate you. I hate you. It was him. Tell you, I saw him. He killed him. He should burn. Give him death. Yeah, that's because Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claim. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor. You come to witness. Do you have any evidence? Your Honor, said Mr. was definitely this clock. If you simply try sounding the clock, of course. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. They certainly it's a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what someone heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? Well, it may seem like the clock is running very slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running very slow on the day of the murder? You can prove that. You don't have a case? He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to put your claim. Yes, it means I cannot let you the witness. Fortunately, since the girl's examination of Mr. Pencil, I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! Your lies are all slime. Arrgh, I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Oh, I lost. Not so fast, Mr. Sowit. Yeah, I mean, Chief. Listen, right? Don't throw this one away. Don't look at this. Think. Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Well, what about the... We haven't used the passport yet, which is the only one of these 4 pieces of evidence we haven't used. The victim... The day before the... Oh, wait, that makes sense, yeah. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste your time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Yes, figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes, I actually did come up. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ah, tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. What about fast? Yes, on your desk. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in the apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sowit, or should I say, Mr. Did It? Feeling super clever after that one. Porcupine, I guess. There, Mr. Wright. Did he die in the middle of the courtroom? Order, I say. Well, this case is certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness, he is arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and fighting the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Yes, I won. And Mr. Payne lost. It turns out that Frank Sowit was a common burglar. He possessed a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were around the house. That day, when I went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. On your left, Mr. Sowit let himself in to do his work. While he was searching for place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sowit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find and bashed. Got it. August 2:42 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew, I still complete with 1. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. I still have the court. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen Drill in such a satisfying note. Yeah. She is glad to mention how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Ah, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead again soon. Good, wait. No! I mean, bad, bad, bad! Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headline now. Harry Buck's innocent. Thanks. I really won. Won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, what's the one who got you off the hook? Oh, yeah, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? It's quite skilled. Well, thank you. I'll keep this as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was into that shit. And she was playing me. And she was just playing me for fair. Don't that make you wanna cry? Larry. Are you sure? Squeeze me. I think she felt quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Miss Wright? Don't something show your friend something that proves what you felt about him. Huh? Oh, yeah, right. Probably the thinker. Check this out, Larry. Proof some shump to her. Huh? What about the clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably doesn't need her clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make up what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize that things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. What you do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? Oh, we'll drink a ton to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, Larry, you think because of him? Yeah, at least. You'll have to tell me about it sometime, maybe, over drinks. And so my first call came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." Pretty sure he's not going to pay us unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. Another one, really? And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Oh, no, I feel as though, okay. The end. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. And I just got my first achievement, the first turnabout. Clear episode 1, blah blah blah. A brand new episode has been added, and I'll see you guys next time.